Hello and welcome to Queendom TV, and today I'm going to be talking about Kardashian relationships. Now, I kind of touched on this in a video that I did about Kris Jenner, where in my series The Witches of Hollywood, which you can check out, which is in the playlist on my channel. Also, quick side note, thank you to all of you who have subscribed recently. I appreciate it so much. You guys' support and your comments help me to make better content and just help me to know that you guys want to hear what I got to talk about, and I love to hear what you guys are going to talk about. So if you haven't joined yet, please subscribe. I would love to have you. Today I'm going to be talking about the Kardashian relationships because it's getting out of hand. It's getting real out of hand. Now, historically, a lot of people have had issues with the way relationships have gone with the Kardashians, all the way back to Kris Humphries. For those of you who don't know, I believe he was either an NFL or one. He was a professional sports player anyway. And him and Kim Kardashian were married for 72 hours. I actually remember this pretty well because I watched the Kardashians around this time. I only watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians for there was a couple of years where I was kind of following it. And I remember this wedding, and there was a lot of scandal about that. Apparently Kim tried to say she didn't make any money, even though after the fact we discovered she made like 2 million. And Kris again his career was totally destroyed after that, and just his reputation. And somebody pointed out as well how one of you guys actually in the comments, how the Kardashian men don't. And by the way, guys, if you might comment, please let me know if you guys are cool with me mentioning your names or not. Like, I've kind of stopped mentioning people's names because I don't want to I know not everybody wants to be having their face and name out there in YouTube. Do you know what I mean? It's not that I don't respect you guys or even necessarily remember you guys, but just want to be respectful. But one of you guys has pointed out how the men who deal with the Kardashians always end up looking bad to the rest of the public. And I thought about that, and I thought, you know what, that's so true. Like, it is very true. Kris Humphries ended up turning out to be the bad guy. Scott Disick turned out to be the bad guy. Lamar Odom turned out to be the bad guy. The list goes on. Kanye. And the funny thing is, for me, is that a lot of these guys, I didn't necessarily have any problem with them in the beginning. With Kris Humphries, I just felt he was a bit one of those kind of dopey people that he was probably really good at sport, and that was what he was born to do. And good for you, happy for you, thrive, do your best, and be the amazing professional sportsman that you are. And obviously he was with Kim. Then you had Scott Disick with Kourtney. That for me was very toxic because I felt she strung him along. I think it actually really put me off Kourtney as a person in general. Obviously we don't know what was going on behind closed doors. I wonder, and I'm going to get to why I think they get into these relationships just shortly. But that was weird. Now all of a sudden she wants to be married and all this stuff with Travis Barker. So it's kind of like you were never even willing to consider these things with Scott, but now you want to do all these things with this other guy. So that kind of was odd to me as well. With Lamar Odom, who I mentioned already, obviously he had struggles, with drug abuse and things like that. He was with Khloe. And, again, he ended up being really vilified at the end of it. But look who she's with, Tristan now. And Tristan definitely isn't making anything look good. Tristan is problematic. He's had this whole scandal recently talking about he's not paying his child support. He's only going to pay $75K to whichever other baby mama this is now. Obviously, she took him back after the whole Jordan Woods situation. And Jordan Woods, again, in terms of Kardashian relationships, completely cut off from the family. And so you guys are kind of seeing the trend here that I'm seeing. And I'm kind of just like, what is the purpose in all of this? And this is the way it gets scary for me. I really feel that Kardashian relationships are business deals. They are business deals. Now, relationships today, I feel like in a lot of senses are business. It's transactional. You offer me this and I offer you that. And I think the love that people have, the love where you try and love somebody because of the fact that you feel like you want to love them, you want to give them, even almost a love that they don't technically deserve, which is a very biblical way of looking at it and how God loves us. It's kind of out the window these days. Now it's all about, well, are you giving me what I want exactly how I want it, when I want it, and are you perfect? Because if you're not, then I'm not going to be with you. I think that's kind of normalized. But I think with the Kardashians, the relationships are much more of business deals. Even Kim and Kanye, I wonder how, I personally feel like Kanye loves Kim. Kim, I don't know what her story is. Kim and her sisters, I feel at large, are just obeying what their mum is telling them because their mum, the witch, Kris, knows exactly how to make money. Kanye, at the time when they got together, I feel Kanye was very genuine and had all these children. He's been talking outwardly about how he wants to be back with her. now he's been seen with her despite her being supposedly with Pete Davidson. Also, why have we all of a sudden shifted from the Kanyes, the Lamar Odoms, the Tristans, the whoever's, now we're switching over to the Pete Davidsons, the Travis Barkers? It just seems to me like the perfect mastermind plan of Kris as to how to like maximize her daughters in relationships. I mean, we've even been discussing, people have been talking about Kylie and Tyga and how that was just inappropriate, which I'm not even going to get into because many people have been talking about that. On top of that, the fact that her and Travis Scott, which obviously the whole Travis Scott thing, I've done plenty of videos about that, so check those out. And now discovering that they never were really in a proper relationship, but they just knew they wanted to have a child together. That sounds very, to me, like, let's just do something that's good for business, but we don't actually really care about each other kind of vibe again. And so you guys can kind of see why I'm saying that these Kardashian relationships, I just don't feel like they're real. I feel like they're orchestrated to create business and to create money, which I did a whole video talking about Kris Jenner and why I feel like she's all about the money and very evil, a very evil woman. So check that out. And it's a shame because now I just don't even know what to believe. I don't know how to. I thought Courtney maybe might have been the real one with Scott because she didn't want to be with him. But now it's just like, I don't know what that was about. You got Chloe and all this Tristan stuff and she's still sticking by him. Like, just let the guy go. Why are you so obsessed? Then that makes me wonder with my, like, you know, kind of PR mind of my brain is going, are they doing this on purpose because they want to have their name out there? They want people to be talking about them. Because as I pointed out in one of my videos about Travis Scott, this whole Astroworld thing actually gained him sales in his album, the Astroworld album, like that, thousands of sales. It gained him hundreds of thousands, 500,000 subscribers, followers on Instagram. So it seems like whatever they're doing, no matter what you say, no matter what you talk about, even the sex tape between Kim and Ray J, those guys are making royalties over that. I think, again, hundreds of thousands a year. So it's like a lot of the things that's happening, yes, even if they talk about it in a negative sense, they're capitalizing off of it, you know. And even Kylie and her mum and we're trying to talk about with the whole Astroworld thing, like, oh, if we shut the shop down for a couple of days, you know, when people had literally died and been injured, they're talking about how they're concerned about not making money, saying that it's because they can't pay the staff. I first of all highly doubt the staff are being that well paid, and I secondly doubt that in all the money that they have, they couldn't just put together the money to cover paying their staff maybe for a week while they just deal with what's going on. And now on top of it, Travis Scott is saying he wants to drop all the charges. So these relationships, I feel they use them to us to kind of get us to be like, oh, our favorite artist, oh, Kylie and Travis Scott, we're so happy to see them together. When in reality, it's all just a big business deal and transaction to expand their network and net worth, and therefore get us involved emotionally and want to support what they're doing and buy everything that they want us to buy, and not understand that a lot of the things they're doing, they're just purposefully orchestrating to kind of control us and for them to get richer. And that's the scary thing about it to me. It's the very scary thing about it because it works. It does work. So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Also, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're feeling the vibe and you want to join the tribe. Like the video, of course, if you did like it. And don't forget to check out my other videos because I talk a lot about a lot of this stuff. Other than that, God bless you all. And I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.